everybody. Welcome to RPM, Rock and Pop Mandolin, your destination, your site for learning classic rock songs and pop songs on this wonderful little 8-string instrument. My name is Mike DeJong, and thanks once again for tuning into this channel. We really appreciate your support. Today, we're looking at a song from Eddie Vedder, the lead vocalist from Pearl Jam, one of his solo tunes. This one is called Hard Sun. And it's a really great song. It's very simple, basically the same thing all the way through the verses and the choruses. But first, before we dive into Hard Sun by Eddie Vedder, I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel so far. Thank you so much for your undying support. We really appreciate it. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, thank you very much for checking us out. And please, if you can, hit that little red subscriber button down below. It really helps this channel to continue to grow. Also, if you want to support us even more, maybe a little bit financially, please check out our Patreon link down below in the comments section. If you could become a patron of this channel or even a sponsor, maybe a VIP, you can access some extra content that I don't put on this channel here on YouTube, some lessons and some product reviews that'll be coming in the future. So please consider becoming a patron or a sponsor of this channel. It doesn't cost very much, but it really helps out in the long run. So now let's dive into that Eddie Vedder song Hard Sun here on RPM. Okay, we're ready to dive into Eddie Vedder's Hard Sun, a solo song that he did for a movie soundtrack called Into the Wild. Actually, this song was not written by Eddie Vedder, though. It was written by a Canadian musician named Gordon Peterson, who played the song on his late 80s album with his band Indio. So you should check out that version of the song too. It is also pretty cool. All right, so let's check out the chords for this song. Well, the verses have 3 chords and the choruses have 3 chords, and they're actually fairly similar. So let's look at the verses first. And you know, you can start off the song with this cool little intro lick. And what is that? Well, that's just off a D chord here. I'm actually pulling off from the 2nd fret of the G string here to create like, I don't actually know what that chord is, but it's a nice open ringing D variation there, like that, off the beginning of the song. And the strumming is just, and that's pretty much the strumming through the entire song. Leave a little space there while you're strumming. Like that. Okay, now we're getting into the verses. You can continue that little lick and then move to a C chord and a G chord. And I do a little sort of pull off on the G chord as well there. So it's an open G, right? And I pull off my pointer finger there on the A string, like that. So you can do a C chord, then to that G chord again, right? And that's basically the verses. So you want to keep that strumming all throughout. And those are the verse chords for Hard Sun. Now the chords throughout the choruses of this song are actually quite similar, and basically all you're doing is substituting in an A minor for that 2nd chord. So you go D, once again to an A minor this time, and then a G again. So D to this A minor voicing here that I'm doing here, which is at the 5th fret of the G string, 2nd fret of the D string, and then those strings open. Again, you can do a little pickup note there, a little hammer-on note again like I did before on the D and the G. So one more time on the choruses. And that is Eddie Vedder's classic Hard Sun, a really simple song to do with only 2 separate parts and really only 1 chord variation. But you got to get that strumming down, just a nice, easy, laid-back strum to support the vocals. And if you get that down, you will have this song. So thanks very much for tuning into this lesson on RPM, Rock and Pop Mandolin. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't yet subscribed here, if you're new, thanks for joining us. And please hit that little subscriber button down there in the lower right corner. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for your undying support. We really appreciate it. And please consider becoming a patron of RPM by clicking on our Patreon link down below. Thanks very much once again. My name is Mike DeJong, and this is RPM.